to 15-year sentences based on her convictions for 4 counts of aggravated child abuse.
You'd never expect a parent to treat their child in the way these careless individuals did. Today, we'll be going through these cases where police officers managed to catch these despicable parents and brought them to justice. Starting with the famous lifestyle vlogger Ruby Franke, who along with her husband had garnered a massive following on YouTube. However, she would often be among the news for the wrong reasons, as the parents had a relatively strict parenting style. Many on the internet argued that law enforcement must check up on their house to detect any child abuse. However, Ruby was finally exposed when her 12-year-old son knocked on a neighbor's door asking for help. The little boy had marks from tape around his ankle and wrists and was severely injured. The neighbors quickly contacted the cops, who came over and straight away went over to detain Ruby.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay.
Is there a restroom right here?
I don't know where it's at.
Wherever you need to use restroom.
Okay. Yeah, there is one in there. Thank you, sir. I mean, LT.
As the officers searched Ruby's home, they also discovered her 9-year-old locked in a closet with her head shaved. Ruby maintained a straight face throughout the search, and the officers finally decided to arrest her.
How are you? Alright, well, it feels good in here. So, hey, Ruby asked this time, I know we said that you're already detained, but I'm going to be taking you back to the police department. Okay? So I'm going to be pop up. If I can fit through here.
You want to put it on one of our vehicles?
Yeah, you want to. Okay, just place your hand behind your back for me. Perfect. And then, right now, I can put a finger in each of these, okay? And I'm just going to double up those so they don't tighten up on you on the way out there. Where's your car?
It's out here.
Yeah.
About by the command.
It was later revealed that Ruby had separated from her husband and went into a professional relationship with Judy Hildebrand, a life coach and a counselor. Both of these women used to abuse Ruby's 6 children together.
Widen your stance, yep, perfect. Are you wearing a bra? Okay, I'm just gonna go like this through and make sure you don't have anything. You said you're not wearing a bra? Okay. Is that just like a tank top under here? Okay. Just gonna lift up your hair. Okay. Alright, you're just gonna walk with Officer Hines.
No, go out this way.
And then, hey Hines.
You want to go this way or that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you want to go down the downstairs
Yeah.
into the interview room downstairs.
Sounds good.
Ruby had no look of remorse on her face and maintained a calm demeanor throughout. It was as if she didn't even think she was doing wrong in the first place.
Ruby? Okay. Go this way. Sorry, one. Yeah, Captain.
Not going Jessica, you take her?
Yeah, she told me transfer it down, then she'll meet me
Okay,
here.
yeah. Take me in your car, then
Okay.
I'll
Appreciate it.
The officers proceeded to take Ruby out to the police cruiser, where she was to be transported to the police station.
That? Downstairs in the interview room. So I could have gone that way, but appreciate you opening the door. We'll take these stairs right here.
The case wasn't straightforward, and the officers interrogated her first. She was subsequently placed in a room with 2 officers attempting to extract information about the horrific incident.
You cuffed back? She is definitely not a talker.
She's not? Not anything wrong.
Even if I ask her name or just like, not even asking about things, she looks at me and goes,
That's how the animal is.
what's that?
That's how the animal is.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very curious. I'm gonna have you come sit on this side for me. Thank you. Was this your water?
It's yours if you want it. We'll say that. How's that?
We also have snacks if you need anything to eat. So I know I introduced myself to you earlier, but my name is Detective Bates, and this is Sergeant Tobler. We're just here to talk to you about kind of a few things involving your kids.
Instead of helping the police, Ruby maintained silence throughout the interview and insisted that she would not speak without her lawyer present.
How many kids you have? So we just spoke with your husband, and he said you guys have 6 kids. Are those all together? Are those all your kids? I can wait all day, so it's up to you if you want to talk to us about what's going on. Would you feel more comfortable talking to one of us?
Maybe you want me to I can step out if you want.
Or if you feel more comfortable talking to him, I can step out.
I'll wait till I have a lawyer.
Okay. So you don't want to talk to us at all?
The officers soon ended the interview, realizing there was no point in it. Ruby showed no guilt or remorse throughout the altercation. She was charged with 6 counts of felony child abuse and pled guilty to 4 of them. Contrary to the arrest, she displayed plenty of emotions during her sentence hearing.
Ruby came to the stark realization of the errors in her thinking patterns and subsequent actions. To say that she was horrified by this realization would be to put it mildly. I have marveled at how quickly Ruby abandoned her defensive stance and moved toward her total acceptance of her actions and to her sentence today. So far, she has used her time in jail to unwrap the layers upon layers of deceit and deception foisted upon her over the last 4 years by an unscrupulous individual. Ruby realizes that she still has work to do in shedding those thinking errors and to reestablish a better and correct pattern of thinking and behavior. Ruby realizes that changing her thinking, reestablishing relationships, and healing are not simple or easy tasks. However, she is committed to doing that work. I would like the court to know that Ruby Franke is a delightful, respectful, and responsible person. She is open to feedback and addressing the consequences of her actions head on.
Ruby and her lawyer tried to portray her as a good person and someone who just came under the influence of her friend Judy. Well, the truth is that Ruby was abusive to her children even before she met Judy. Moments later, Ruby also addressed the court.
Pam and Roy, I'm so sorry for letting you down. Because of your association with me, your innocence was called into question. My mother-in-law, father-in-law, Kevin's family, my cousins, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and neighbors, you all saw the warning signs long before I did, and you did what you could. You wanted to help, but I pushed you away. Kevin, my husband of more than 23 years, you are the love of my life. I'm so sorry to leave to you to finish what we both started together. The ending of our marriage is a tragedy. And you are wrapped around my heart in a vow I'll never be able to undo.
After hearing everyone, the judge finally announced his verdict.
The sentence will be that Ms. Franke serve 4 counts, 4 1 to 15-year sentences based on her convictions for 4 counts of aggravated child abuse. Again, they will be served consecutively pursuant to the parties' agreement and the applicable statute. Under the applicable statute, the court finds that that consecutive sentences are appropriate.
As a part of a plea deal, 2 of her charges were dropped, and she was sentenced to 4 counts of aggravated child abuse, meaning she would serve up to 30 years in prison. However, only Ruby wasn't punished for these heinous activities, as Judy was also charged with 6 felony counts of child abuse. Like Ruby, Judy pleaded guilty to 4 of them, leading to dismissal of the remaining 2.
I sincerely love these children. I desire for them to heal physically and emotionally. One of the reasons I did not go to trial is that I did not want them to emotionally relive the experience which would have been detrimental to them. My hope and prayer is that they will heal and move forward to have beautiful lives. I am willing to submit to what the state feels would be an appropriate amount of time served to make retribution.
Just like Ruby, she was constantly crying, but the matter had gone far from just being sorry. Soon after, the judge announced the sentence, ensuring Judy understood the severity of her actions.
This circumstance is tragic. It's largely, of course, of your making. By any measure, your conduct in this case was disastrous for these children. Adults are supposed to protect children. Adults with specialized training in particular are supposed to protect children. You didn't do that in this case. In this case, you terrorized children, and the results have been tragic. The court finds that it is appropriate that you serve a prison sentence. The court finds under the statute, Utah Code 76-3-401, that given the gravity and circumstances of the offenses, the number of victims, and the history and character and needs of the defendant, that consecutive sentences are appropriate. The court imposes 4 1 to 15-year sentences to be again served consecutively for each of the 4 counts of aggravated child abuse. The last thing I do need to tell you is that you only have 30 days to file or perfect an appeal of any error of the court by filing a written notice of appeal with the clerk of the court. If you don't do that, you will lose your right to appeal. That has to be filed in writing, and again within 30 days.
Judy also received a similar sentence of up to 30 years to be served continuously. It was truly devastating what these ladies did with the 6 kids, but it's a relief that both of them will be serving lengthy prison sentences. Ruby failed as a parent, but the neglect of these next parents will leave you stunned.
They're very loud and they scream a lot.
Yeah, it's called a kid.
Yeah.
On April 22, 2021, a concerned neighbor contacted 911, complaining about children screaming and crying inside a home. Soon, Flagler County deputies were dispatched to the residence, and they were utterly shocked to witness the house.
Someone passed out of the ground right there.
The deputies noticed a child crying, and one of them hitting his cup against the wall. They realized that there were 3 children aged 2, 1, and just 7 days. As the officers saw inside the home, they were devastated to see the deplorable living condition.
Are they both your children? Yeah.
After banging at the door for several minutes, the mother of the children, Christina Coe, came out, and her response left the officers stunned.
Hello. Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you the mother of these children here?
Yeah, what's up?
They've been screaming and crying?
Yeah, they're playing. They have the windows open. That's what they do.
They're not playing, ma'am.
Right. Well, he looks like he needs some juice or something. He's showing me his cup.
Yeah, I was just about to look at them.
Okay, well, we're getting complaints. They feel like there's children in distress over here.
Yeah, they're very loud and they scream a lot.
Yeah, it's called a kid.
Yeah. They scream a lot and they're very,
How old are they?
Almost 2. They're very, very.
Is anybody supervising them?
Yeah, I was just in there. Like, I was just in there getting them stopped. But I have my other daughter in the
So
other
there's
room.
like 10,000 choking hazards in there that they're locked in that room and nobody's in there supervising them? As they're screaming for the whole neighborhood to call us?
Upon inspecting the inside of the house, the officers discovered cockroaches roaming around the whole house, and one of them was even near a child's pacifier. However, the most disturbing discovery was yet to come, as the officers also saw feces scattered around one bed.
And this apparently has not been the first time from all your neighbors calling in, saying that they hear this multiple times throughout the week. Do you have an ID with you? When was the last time you even changed their diapers? As it's sagging there, probably full.
They had a ton of juice, and it was probably an hour and a half ago that I changed their diapers.
Does this seem to be a safe environment for your children?
Yeah, it's completely safe. It's just, they're very, very loud and vocal. And since both of the windows are opened,
This is a safe environment, huh?
we're still cleaning it out. Their uncle and aunt just left and they trashed the place. So,
I'm not enthused so far, to be honest with you.
Christina was lying about everything, as the children appeared extremely dirty and were dressed in dirty clothes. It was evident that they have been badly neglected by their parents. The officers were visibly upset about the situation at hand.
You notice the cockroaches on the walls?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can see the...
So the screen was in there.
Yeah, the screen was in, but you see how they had the holes and stuff where they're pushing their fingers through, and I mean, I feel like you could easily push that out if you actually tried.
Okay.
It took her several minutes to, it seemed, well, a good amount of time to answer the door. When she answered the door, she was like groggy and tired.
Was the baby with her when she answered the door?
No.
Okay, so she wasn't.
The infant was asleep in the bed. She seemed tired, groggy, kind of out of it, like she just awoken. And they were banging on the door that was locked from the other side.
The officers proceeded to detain both the mother and the father as they were brought outside their house. Finally, the cops were set to deliver the rightful judgment.
Sure. So based on our findings tonight, okay, we do have probable cause to make the arrest on both of you. Okay? It's just not fair to what's happening with these kids. All right, so both of y'all are going to be going to jail tonight for child neglect. Okay, DCF has obviously custody of the kids, and they're going to be staying with your sister, cousin. Is that what it is? Hopefully you guys are able to get out tomorrow. You can get back to your baby.
yeah, with what? We have no money. I have no family.
I understand, but we have probable cause to make the arrest. Okay?
We don't tolerate this, all right?
No matter how tough the parents' concerns were, keeping their children in such a distressing and harmful environment should not be tolerated, and the deputies made sure not to listen to their cries.
The conditions they're in is unsafe for them in general, completely unsatisfactory.
Leave my wallet and my ID and stuff to my mother.
You're gonna probably want your wallet and your ID when you go.
All right, go ahead. Put your hands behind your back, please. Put your palms together just like you're praying.
Palms together. Palms together, like you're praying.
The officers proceeded to arrest the couple, and Christina appeared extremely hostile, even banging her head into the car. That's when one of the deputies approached her and taught her a lesson.
I know you're upset about your kids, but you hitting your head against that glass is not going to do anything. You have 3 little ones that care about you, that are waiting for you.
Yeah.
So let's just get this over with. Okay, we're gonna go get you cleared at the hospital. If you don't want to get any treatment or anything, you'll just have to tell them that.
I don't want to go to the hospital.
But we have.
There, you just tell them you don't want to see them, and they'll just fill out a piece of paper, and we leave. But according to our policy, because you just had
I'll fill it out now. I don't want to go there at all. I hate Advent.
All right.
They treat me like.
Perfectly fine. It's not your decision, it's ours, okay? Our policy states you're going to have to go. If you sign out AMA, that's not a problem. You don't even have to get out of the car. That's not a problem, okay? At the end of the day, this is what is happening. I'm very sorry to be the one to tell you that, but there's no decision here. There's no choice to be made. This is what's happening. Please do not hit your head against my partition. All it's going to do is hurt and damage my car, okay?
I don't care if it hurts.
Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns at this point in time?
No.
Great. Close the door. Let's go.
The couple was taken to the police station, and the children were placed in the custody of a family member. Officers proceeded with their investigations, and according to their findings, both of them were charged with 3 counts of felony child neglect with great bodily harm. Both of them were taken to jail where they remained without bond. Well, that's not the last time an officer discovered a baby completely neglected by his parents.
They're letting them eat old McDonald's that's like 10 years old. They can't get them clothes.
On June 24, 2019, a Volusia County Sheriff's deputy rushed to the scene after receiving. The 2 kind women were at the right place at the right time as they helped the deputy bring the kid back to a safer place.
I think I remember this guy.
Poor little man.
Does he say anything to you?
No, he didn't say anything. He's not afraid though, for sure.
He didn't say nothing though?
No.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Come here, buddy.
But he almost ran out in front of my truck when I was turning up here. He's running in front of their car.
Gotcha. Jesus Christmas. Give me one. Just hang tight for me 1 second and I'll get all your information. Can you hang tight with him while I pull my car over here and he can sit in the back of my car for a second? Absolutely is.
Come here. Hey, little man.
Oh,
you poor little diaper.
That freaking freaked me out.
Absolutely. Let me pull my car in here.
I had to pull over. I had to.
You want to sit in your car?
Okay,
Go ahead
yeah,
where it's
that'd
nice
be
and cold and
great.
I'll hang out here with him.
Thank you.
What's up, little man? You like it in here? Woo! Boom, push it. Yeah, that's my traffic vest, so I don't get run over by cars, you know? Kind of like what we almost having to you. Woo, look at that. Push it. Is that one on too? Nope, push it. Boom. Look at that. Pachoo. Down low. Good. On primary, good.
Finally, the boys' parents came out and were given a lecture by the police officer. Both Yajera Tirado and Jacob Kruger had frothing at their mouth as they came out, in a visibly poor state.
No.
You don't reckon in car? You know, what were you guys doing in there?
We were just sleeping.
Just sleeping?
Yeah.
The diaper is really soiled.
The officer proceeded to search the home, and after viewing the
Poor parenting, add that one to the list. Turn around, come here. 2. I mean, this is just a circus. All I want was the kid to get some clothes and get changed.
What do
You guys couldn't even do that.
What do you think I was doing?
Around, that's what you were doing.
I was putting clothes on. This is not fair at all.
It's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair to your son. That's what it's not fair to. Have a seat. They're letting him eat old McDonald's that's like 10 years old. They can't get him clothes. But he's walking around with his glass everywhere. You know, this is just ridiculous. My patience is done with these 2.
The officer was shocked to see the conditions inside as he claimed the house smelled of feces, and they were feeding their son Old McDonald's food. They were both taken to the Volusia County Jail and charged with child neglect. Their son was placed in the custody of the State Department of Children and Families. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we got to see sad instances of child neglect and child abuse. Particularly concerning was the first case where a famous YouTuber had her kids in a miserable condition. The other 2 cases were equally disheartening, highlighting neglect and deplorable living conditions. Fortunately, all of the parents were caught by the cops and held accountable for their neglect and crimes. We can only hope that they learn their lesson and create a better future for their children. If you agree with me, please consider showing your support by liking this video, and also make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here.